What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Red Music Sound Lab. You're back on the red seat with me, your host, Daniel Red. And I got a special one for us today. All right. This has been in the works for quite a while now. All right. I've been looking for a preamp that I can use here in the studio, especially for the mic demos. Okay. The problem is there's a lot of preamps, and some are very colored, some are very not. As you can see in my rack, I have quite a few STEM Audio preamps. And while I think they're very cool, not a lot of people have them. They're not easily accessible, okay? So I don't think I can use that as my go-to preamp here in this channel, right? There are other preamps too. I feel like some don't have enough features. I don't really like preamps with EQs because especially we're listening to microphones, we want to hear the microphone, not the preamp and EQ. All right. So today, let's unbox the preamp I think fits best for this, for Red Music Sound Lab and for mic demos in this channel. And that is the unbox of the Empirical Labs Mic E preamp. Now, the other thing too is, or the other thing that I like about this preamp, it comes with a compressor. All right. I think one of the things that a lot of beginning engineers or beginning recording engineers or just beginning recording enthusiasts have is that they go from mic to straight into the preamp, or excuse me, straight into the interface, which has a preamp. And, you know, the dynamics are all over the place. And then they wonder why they have so many compressors. They still can't control the dynamics. Part of the reason is you're not controlling the dynamics on the way in. And I think this is really, really cool. The fact that you can control the dynamics on the way in, right? It's relatively, I'm not going to say inexpensive, but it's geared towards professionalism, right? It's not a freaking $3,000 preamp. It's also not a $1,000 preamp either, or below that. You know, it's right in the middle. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it starts around $1,600, either $1,599 or $1,699. All right, I'll put it up here. All right. Now I did something special, and that was I got mod, which you can do through Empirical Labs. You can get a transformer output mod, and you can get an insert mod into the preamp. Again, I don't really care about the inserts or putting EQ before it. I got other preamps for that, but I did get the transformer mod. All right, so this is what this is. So without further ado, let's get to the unboxing. All right, now this came directly from Empirical Labs. All right, which is pretty cool. I ordered it from Zen Pro Audio. If you guys remember, if you guys been keeping up with my videos, I purchased the Neumann NDH20 headphones through Zen Pro Audio. Okay, now Zen Pro Audio did not, I think they did have these in stock, but because I wanted the mod, it was a special order, so he passed the order along to Empirical Labs, and then they did the mod, and then it was directly shipped from Empirical Labs to my place. All right, so we get to the first layer, the outer box. All right, let me see if I can. I thought it was gonna be already ready to go, but Empirical Labs does something pretty cool. Hold on. And that is, so it's a box within a box, right? But it's not a freaking full box inside, right? I think they're being pretty smart on packaging, right? So a nice sturdy outer box, and then, all right. Let me get this one. I purchased two, all right? I usually try and purchase two at a time, okay? That's for my studio needs. If you only need one, just get one. All right. So packs it up in these convenient boxes. All right. Boom, boom, boom. All right. I can already kind of see it. All right. Pretty cool. Unlike STAM audio, you know, where you go through layers and layers of bubble wrap and all types of other stuff. This thing's kind of straight to the point. All right. And it's still well packaged. Okay. All right. Well, that's pretty much it. I can already see it. So I'm going to get this side because this side is the front. And so when I show it to you all, I want you to see it. All right. Top layer. Here we go. Oh, I'll just turn it around here. And there it is. Inside the wrap though. So why don't we go ahead and take it out. Power cables. Manual and some tricks as to how to operate this. And it should be pretty cool for future videos when we start experimenting and playing around and see what this thing can do. All right. And here we go. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Ready? There it is. Boom. Look at that. Yep. That is pretty freaking cool. Let's check out the back. There are all connections in the back. I did notice that. All right, so this is the transformer, the output transformer mod, and I still have the clean mod or the clean output. So now I wonder if I can do both. And when I was looking into this, one of the things I wished that Empirical Labs and Dave Durr would have done is on the outputs section here, maybe have a button to choose between transformer out and, you know, clean out or transformerless out. Because this is gonna take two spaces out of my patch bay, you know. But we'll see. We'll see if it's even float unused. We'll see if it even works. All right. But there it is, folks. So how about, you know what's coming up? We open this thing up and check out the gear guts. Hit it.
Checking out our gear guts and gear guts and gear guts and gear guts.
All right, everyone. So, whoops. I've gone ahead and unscrewed the top cover. All right, because who really wants to see people unscrewing stuff? And without further ado, here we go. Yup, there it is. Now, I was pretty excited to do this unboxing because, as you can see, I do have two distressors, and obviously I never got to unbox those with you, and there's a lot of commentary out there about this type of practice right here, where Empirical Labs, Dave Durr, they scratch off or cover the chips that they're using. All right. And, you know, because we're all us and we're human beings, and, you know, we have an opinion, right? So I wanted to give my 2 cents as to why I think Dave Durr and Empirical Labs does all of this. Now, my theory is, if you go to places like Gearspace, yes, that's their new name. If you go to places like Gearspace, you will hear commentary about the distressor, about people who have the older distressors, because I believe the distressor came out either 1995, 1997. So we're going to say mid 90s to late 90s, right? That's almost, it's almost 30 years, everyone. Okay. So, Dave Durr is a very smart man, obviously, right? Not only is he creating, real good stuff here, but, what am I trying to say here? Or how am I trying to say it? He also knows his history, right? If you look at the history of all the classics, like the the Fairchild, the 1176, the LA2A, Neves, all of that stuff. If you look at the history of all of that stuff, you will see that time and time and time and time again, the suppliers of, you know, electronics like transformers, circuitry and all of that stuff would always either run out or change. Okay. And it's a thing of the machine, you know, that's just something that happens in business. Right. And so, I think Dave Durr looked at that history and said, okay, things are always going to happen. Things are always going to change. Right. So I think he has prepared and has said that, hey, you know what? If this manufacturer, if this supplier goes out of business, I can always go to this supplier, right? And this is where you get those commentaries in Gearspace saying, oh, my 90s distressor sounded way better than these newer ones, or my early 2000, or my 2005 one, or my 2010 one, right? Because of things like this, right? People keep saying that, hey, you know, he changed the kind of chip, or he changed this in the electronics. And Dave Durr is a smart man, and he knows that at the end of the day, these are just computer chips, right? And I know this is way past my level of knowledge, but if I'm not mistaken, I think chips are programmed. So, you know, I think as long as Dave Durr can get the chips to react or to act the same way as the previous chips, then the brand doesn't matter, right? As long as the specs stay the same. Okay, so this is my theory as to why he scratches these off, right? Suppliers come in and out. I know Texas Instrument is a big supplier and has always been there, but you know, there are other chips too that manufacturers use, and they're just as reliable. Okay, so I think that's my 2 cents, right? That's my opinion, where I think this is why he scratches it off. I don't necessarily think that he's trying to cover up his intellectual work. His intellectual work is already protected by the trademark laws and copyright laws of the United States, right? And if I'm not mistaken, yeah, I think Empirical Labs, they don't manufacture their things in China. So, you know, if you watch the news or if you keep up with manufacturing news of China, there is rumor that a lot of Chinese made stuff, they take the intellectual property and then they do their own version of what they're asked to make. So Dave Durr does it in-house, right? And everything's protected under United States trademark and copyright law, right? So I think that theory of, you know, he doesn't want to show his work, well, there it is, you know, there's his work right there. I'm pretty sure they're very smart electronic engineers or yeah, electronic engineers or electrical engineers and circuit board engineers can probably, what is it, reverse engineer this thing, and they can find out exactly what this machine does, right? So those are my 2 cents as to why I think he scratches it off. When I do review my distressors, I will open it up and it's pretty much the same thing. I think the distressors are probably a little more complicated than this. This looks actually pretty straightforward, you know. It's complicated, but it looks pretty straightforward. All right. As you can see, input transformer and the mod for output transformer. And if you see, here's the output transformer. Okay. And this is the output right here. It's not disconnected, so it's still active, which probably means that I have a choice between going out with a transformer or going out just straight out of the electronics. All right, so I think that's pretty awesome. If you look here, that's etched. That's pretty freaking cool. That's pretty cool. Not only to prevent theft or anything like that. Well, it doesn't prevent theft, but you know, basically for people not to swap or, you know, do malicious stuff with other people's equipment. So I think that's pretty cool. It's etched there. Quality control right here, and I guess whoever made it right here. Pretty freaking cool. All right. Now, something that I wanted to show you all right, is the input. There is only one input, okay? But there are 3 types of input. You got mic level, line level, and instrument level, right? Now, if you remember the unbox of the Stam Audio SAT69, where I mentioned that, you know, how do you go between one input, line level, and mic level? Well, there you go. Even Dave Durr from Empirical Labs, a very established pro audio manufacturer, does the same, right? I have my XLR Y cable, so that I do have one routing to my microphone patch bay and one routing from the regular patch bay, where, you know, I can choose what goes into the input, and then from here I can choose what it needs to read. All right, so that's pretty awesome. And what I mentioned here is that TRS input. Okay, so basically your oh man, I forgot, your insert point. That's what I meant to say, insert. So if you want to insert another compressor, another EQ or anything else, this is what you would go through. Like I said, I don't really care for that. You know, I got other mic pre, so there's no need for that. Okay, cool power supply. Man, just very, very clean engineering work here. So this is awesome, man. This is really awesome. Okay, so there you go. There are the gear guts. I hope you've enjoyed it. Okay, and you know, we're definitely, this is going to be a very exciting thing to feature in this channel. And of course, we are going to put this against the soft tube Mikey. We'll see how they both react. All right. So hope you enjoyed it, and let's go ahead and close this out. Bye. All right, everyone. So I hope you've enjoyed the unbox, the gear guts. All right. And obviously, you know, there's going to be a review in the future, and just be ready, because, you know, like I said, I wanted to use this for my my mic shootouts, and I've had 2 quick draw shootouts where you've heard the microphone straight into the preamp, compressor use a digital compressor. So I'm going to do some maybe YouTube shorts featuring the microphone, hardware preamp, and compressor with that microphone, and see how it sounds. All right, so stay tuned for that. And in order to stay tuned for that, you can subscribe. Remember to like. All right, so you can stay tuned for all the videos that I'm going to be posting in this channel. All right, and that's about it. Okay, so like, subscribe, all that good stuff, notification bell. All right, and stay tuned for some very cool stuff that we're going to be doing with this mic pre. It should be very, very, very exciting. All right, so like, subscribe, all that great stuff, and I will see you in the next videos. Bye.